We predominantly provide in-home and community support services to those accessing the NDIS, My Aged Care, and also to private clients as well. The two things that we want to do really well is have our clients cared for in the way that they deserve, with people who are trained and qualified in delivering that care. And then we want our workers to obviously have the skills and confidence to deliver that high quality service. So NGO just couples all of that together. It gives our staff the confidence to be trained in specific areas, whether that's caring for the youth or mental health or suicide prevention. It's very specific. And that way, when we're matching workers to clients, we know exactly what their needs are and who is trained in that by simply just looking at NGO and seeing who's completed that training. We were creating a lot of our training and compliance in-house, so internally, which was quite a time-consuming and manual process, as you could imagine. So we were obviously researching different learning management platforms and systems at the time, but it was really when our staff started recommending NGO from their previous experiences that made us sign up. And they continued to rave about it while we were implementing it. So that kind of feedback from people actually using the system is what pushed us to make that final decision and sign up, coupled by the fact, obviously, the introduction of the My Aged Care and NDIS courses as a combination. It just meant that we didn't need to look elsewhere at all. One of our staff members sitting here, she said, "Oh, I'm only keeping my secondary employer. I love you guys. I'm only keeping my other employer because they use NGO and it's really good to have that." And I went, "I'm talking to Matt right now." So it's been fantastic, honestly. It's been a really positive experience right from the onset. The support we had before we even signed up was amazing. But once we came on board as well, it was thorough. The onboarding, the walkthroughs were really thorough, and the team has been super responsive to any and all questions. The platform itself is really user-friendly and intuitive. It's been a big win for us, like I mentioned. Whenever there's a shift cancellation, we know we can redirect someone to an e-learning during that paid time, and it can upskill them as an employee of Home Assist SA and just increase their confidence out in the field caring for people. From an administrative perspective, it's saved us a significant amount of time. Everything is stored in NGO. We're not gathering manual certificates and filing them in our shared folders. It's all in the one place, which has made our onboarding a lot faster and more thorough. And then from a compliance perspective, we can clearly demonstrate to auditors how we're improving, how we're training our staff, and it's all backed up by the data that's within NGO. They have mentioned quite a few positive remarks in terms of feedback for the courses. So I think availability of the courses and their access, so they can access it on their mobile device. If they're sitting in their car when someone's not at home or engaging in supports, they can just flick it up on their phone, get a course done in the car. They also mentioned that they're in-depth enough but not too lengthy, so they're not sitting there, not making their way through the course. They can get it done in one sitting, and that it seems to be written by industry professionals, which obviously we know that it is. It's not just a course that's pulled from different resources, it's people who know what they're talking about. So those are just some of the remarks we've heard from our team. I'd recommend NGO to anyone in the sector, actually. So if they're currently exploring their options or if they're not happy with their current LMS, it just takes a lot of the guesswork out of training and compliance. And it's all audit ready, all in the one spot when it comes to staff training. So as a provider, it saves us a lot of time in an industry that's just heavily focused on compliance. So to sum it up, I guess NGO is just a no-brainer solution for training and compliance, and it's backed by a team of people who really care about you and making sure that you succeed as a provider.